So you've been asked to do risk management by your boss or manager, and you're thinking to yourself, oh, goodness me, I'm in trouble now. What is risk management? Well, let's start right at the beginning, and I'm going to help you understand what risk management is, and then there's another video to actually show you physically how to do risk management with the tools and the templates. So, the what, why, and how of risk management. And let's start with what is a risk, okay? So, depending on what industry you're working in, a risk may differ slightly, but in essence, it's the same thing at the end of the day. It's something that hasn't been realised and is going to cause an unfortunate outcome. So let's say you want to cross the road. Okay, now that obviously has a risk involved in it, in that you might be knocked over. So let's say there's a car that's coming down the road. The risk which hasn't been realised is you may be knocked over. Now, that is a risk, but risk could be financial, it could be safety. But there are three things, which is a risk is something that hasn't happened, an issue is something that has happened. So if you got hit on the on that road, an opportunity is something that hasn't happened but is a positive outcome. So is something that's beneficial. So let's say you're doing stocks and shares. You know, if you put your money in the right place, it could be an opportunity, but it also could be a risk. So potentially you could be worse off. Hold on, sorry, I'm digressing. So let me go back to actually helping you. So what is risk management? So now you know what a risk is. So risk management, let's just say you're sitting in your house one day and you think to yourself, do you know what? I'd love to go for a walk. Why don't I go for a walk? Okay. So you think to yourself, right, I'm going to get my stuff on, go outside. But what are the things that could injure me? So you need to put a context around it, and that's the first bit. What are the things that are going to injure me? It's not, am I going to get tired, or am I going to lose money? It's what's going to injure me. So could be wildlife, could be a snake. So that's one risk. It could be something else like the weather. So, if it turns out that it's going to be a very, sunny, hot day and you get dehydrated, that could cause you injury in some way. Or maybe it's something completely different, in which you're worried that there might be an archer that's going to shoot at you. So these are all the risks. So first of all, what you've done here is you've started to identify the risks. That's the first step of risk management. So then you go home and you go, right, or you're sitting at home, right, I'm going to write out all of these risks, okay? And all the risks are in if then. If this happens, then this will be the outcome, okay? So that is the first part of risk management. And you can do this on your own or you can do it in a team, is identify the risks. Then you start looking at those risks and go, well, is that really a risk? Is a snake biting me going to be a real risk? It's in the middle of winter. Am I going to get heat stroke? So what you're doing then is, once you've identified those risks, then you're starting to assess them and then evaluate them. Okay, and there's two steps here. The first bit is that you're scoring them. So what are the ones that are kind of most likely to be realised or most likely to impact you? So you're identifying them. But then you're analysing them. What am I going to do about it? Because then you need to evaluate it. So what you've done is you've gone away and you've said, do you know what? It's not going to be sunny. Whatever. Don't worry about that risk. I can live with that. Am I really going to be bitten by a snake? But you know what? Blimey, it's 1340. We're into the 100 Years' War. Yeah, this is quite a serious risk. There's a lot of archers out there. I don't know if I want to go out there. So do you know what? The way I'm going to control the risk is I could either put some armour on, or do you know what, love? I'm just going to sit down in the settee. And that is risk management, okay? The cycle that you've gone through. So you identify, then you analyse and evaluate, and then you control it. But if you want to know more, let me show you in the next video.